I'm here with Todd, VP of Marketing at Tessemae. How you doing?
Doing
you
well.
Enjoying the event?
Absolutely. Great event. Thanks for having us.
Thanks
This
for
is
driving
wonderful.
up from Baltimore.
Oh, absolutely. Hey, beautiful ride up 95. Why not?
Why not? Early in the morning.
Exactly right. Exactly.
So, VP of Marketing at Tessemae, you guys recently went through a reformulation based on a lot of consumer feedback. Is that right?
We absolutely did. Yeah, we starting back in I'd say the beginning of Q3 of last year, we began to do a lot of consumer research around both our overall offering as it applies to just ingredients and our nutritional value, but then on top of it is the usability. And it ultimately led us down the path of getting ourselves to where we are now, which is 95% USDA organic, get the bug, get the certification, but then along with it, through a proprietary oil blend, we used to be 100% olive oil. We're now roughly 80% olive oil, and then we've added organic sunflower oil as well. We no longer have a congealing while refrigerated situation that we used to have, so the usability and the convenience has gone way up.
Yeah, I mean, that was when I first saw your product. I mean, it's a gorgeous product. If you're not familiar with it, wax-sealed bottles, refrigerated in the produce section.
Yep.
But yeah, when you see it on the shelf and you see the oil sitting on top, you got to shake it really hard. That's not the case anymore.
No, not at all. And, you know, for someone sitting on the outside, it would seem to be a logical move. But what everyone has to remember is that this was a family recipe. I mean, this is literally something that has been in the family of our founders, Greg, Brian, and Matt Vetter, since they were young boys. So, yes, logic would tell you that we would have gotten very quickly there. But there's a lot of history, and there's a lot of love and sort of family tradition that led us to where we are today. So the decision was a tough one. Ultimately the best one, but a tough one.
So how much of consumer feedback play a role? I don't want to get too specific, but you were receiving this kind of feedback for a long time, and it took obviously a big push to get you over that edge. What are other ways that brands can utilize consumer feedback in that way, making difficult decisions?
Yeah, the greatest advice would be to go seek it out. Do not be afraid of it. We heard a little bit today from some of the other speakers to the effect of you can almost get too close to your own brand, and you start to drink your own Kool-Aid a little bit too often, and you become really fearful to actually make those kinds of changes when the reality is you may have to. So for us, yeah, we would get it organically through the way of, social media and what have you. Retailers, buyers would give us feedback as to what they're seeing by way of velocity and movement and their theories on why and how we could improve. And for a while, I'm not going to lie, we kept blinders on. It was like, you know what, we'll make them change.
You're in your own little bubble.
Exactly right. But you finally do get to a place where it's going, all right, as long as we don't compromise the core beliefs of the company, the core beliefs of the brand, we maintain nutrition, we maintain the quality benchmark that we've set, and we can deliver a better experience, why wouldn't we do it? So for us, it was, you don't have the big dollars for huge Nielsen reports and Q&A data and focus groups, et cetera. So we went down the road of just good old-fashioned, SurveyMonkey,
sure.
Facebook fan pages, any little bit that you could possibly get, even, doing demos in store is simply asking, what do you think? What do you think? How can we be better?
Yeah, well, the survey is a good way to quantify it. And I like that you say, you kept the whole core of it, because part of the product is it's a fresh product. It's cold shipped. It's an expensive product. It's a high-end deal. And you guys are still doing that. You didn't compromise the freshness or the integrity in that way. Can you, to the food entrepreneurs out there, because I know nowadays with natural and everyone is wanting to do a fresh product, get the preservatives out, cold chain is a difficult thing to accomplish. What would be one point of advice you would say to a brand that's looking to be in the cold shipping, cold shelf?
Yeah, the recommendation would be take a step back and truly ask yourself, what do you want to represent at the end of the day? And if there is a fresh quotient, so to speak, inside of your story and inside of what you want to be, then I do believe that cold and refrigeration is a key part of whatever that story is for you. And with that comes some real hard decisions. I mean, with that comes everything that you just mentioned. There is going to be increased cost. There is going to be a level of education and a level of discovery that you're going to have to play into everything you do from a consumer standpoint. Because yes, we all know that people are moving to the perimeter of the store, But for at least our category, there's still a large portion of people that shop the center of store. So it's more about, is this what you want to do? Go into it with eyes wide open with regard to what that actually means.
That's really good advice. I think that most people have like a central idea. They have a foundation around a brand that they're trying to build. And then they start talking to this person and that person, and they say, I want to do this and this and this, and then it becomes this huge thing, and it's saying, well, dial it in. Look at the core. What is your business about?
Yeah.
What's something that, you watched a lot of stuff today, you met some cool people, you're at a fast-growing brand in a really sweet spot. What's something you're taking away from this event here?
It goes back to exactly what you were just describing, is a reoccurring theme, and one that we live every day is that of focus. And you can't not find yourself a little bit guilty of looking beyond where you are. There's good in that you can talk about vision and where you want to go and aspirations and whatnot, but by the same token, you have to very much live in the now, because that's what the next step is in order to get you to that vision down the road. So don't find yourself spinning off too many iterations of new products, new categories, new ideas. Have them, tuck them away, don't kill them, but wait until the time is right to actually bring them to market, or at least attempt to bring them to market.
You're full of good advice here today,
I mean,
man. I wish we had more than 7 minutes to sit here and chat. Maybe you'll have to come by and hang out on the BevNet podcast sometime.
I love it.
All right, nice little BevNet podcast plug. Really quick, you guys got a plug?
We do. So we've got Joe Morris, U.S. American sailor.
USA.
That's right. Heading down to Rio, representing Tessemae, representing the good old U.S. of A. Good stuff.
Awesome.
Look out for him.
Very cool.
All right,
Thanks
man.
so much for
No
coming
worries.
by. We're going to get back to the programming upstairs shortly.